And we're rolling. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Three Stacks in this thing, baby, representing TKOG. And today I have a player interview based deck profile with one of my very close friends, JD. So this guy's like the king of ABC. And back in the day, when I met him, he was playing going second ABCs. You guys, he's still playing going at second ABCs. It's never changed. This is actually the only ABC player that I personally know that's beaten Calvin Tahan. And he's just got so many lists. Like, if you guys think of like all the variants I have on Herald, he has that many on ABCs. And then he hit me up and he was talking about this Crusadia deck. And I saw it and I was like, yo, this is just straight up nuts. I want to get your profile, please. So here he is. Without further ado, I'm just gonna let him take over, and he's gonna go over his list, you guys, because this list is really, really dope. I like it a lot.
Yep. First off, I appreciate you having me on the channel. I've always been a big fan. Always. You get so much value out of this channel. If all of you long-term viewers, you already know, like, this is the best. If you're trying to learn a particular archetype, this is the best channel to watch by far because he actually goes into detail. Crusadia, I feel, is an avenue that's very, it's underexplored, because whenever there is a generic link to or a generic combo to be explored in the game, Crusaders can do it almost every single turn. They have all of the ingredients to make a broken strategy. Just because their effects don't activate, they just happen. They just special summon like from the hand for free. You know, like if you get nibbed, cool. Thank you for the link, spiders. I'm just going to special summon a Crusadia, and I'm going to do everything anyway.
Wow,
like,
that's crazy.
Like, whenever a deck can do that, whenever it can play through hand traps, that's awesome. Oh, you're going to Himperm my Magius, awesome. Thank you for helping me trigger Parallel Exceeds. I'm going to special summon and do the exact same thing anyway. You're going to affect Veiler? Okay, cool. I'm going to play through it anyway because I have another name in hand. There's this deck goes through hand traps like they didn't even happen in the first place. That's why I'm not running any way to stop them, per se, because you don't really need, you really don't need it. Like, you're just going to do everything, just do it anyway. There's no other simple way that I can explain
You're making
it.
this deck sound crazy,
Yep.
bro.
Yeah, it really is. Like, you can pull off the same combo every single turn. We're running specifically all the copies of all of the Crusadia cards that we can, with a name, like all 15 of them.
3, 6,
Maximus.
9. Yeah, that's all of them.
Yep. Maximus specifically, if you don't know what they do, I'll kind of go over them. What Maximus does, he's a level 4 that he will actually double the damage that Ecomax does. You'll never see him do anything else to like any of the other Crusadia links, but he helps you facilitate OTK plays and rank 4 plays. What Draco does, he is specifically your Ghost Spell bait. If whenever you special summon it to like Magus' zone, which is 9 times out of 10 what's going to happen, it helps you chain block against Ash. So you'll go chain link 1 Magius, chain link 2 Draco to target whatever you sent to summon Magius, which is probably going to be Arborea. But he also helps you make your link 4 plays. Your rank 4 plays. They all help you make link 4 plays. But he's got to be probably the best one besides Arborea. And Arborea is what you're going to be searching off of Magius if you don't already have it in hand, because that helps you do your Needle Fiber combos.
Ooh,
And Needle Fiber, like, you have 16 main deck ways to search your Needle Fiber combo, which helps you do your Baron LaFleur with your Wonder Magician.
You said Baron?
Yeah, there's a Baron.
Okay. My bad, you guys.
Yeah.
I put his list together for him, but I didn't like go over it. I just put it together what he sent me.
Yeah. So I'll go over kind of that part of the combo whenever we get to the extra deck. Mm-hmm. But it's your way of setting up an Omni Negate and also like setting up Scythe during as soon as their main phase starts. And Leonis, it actually came up today. Leonis only does like piercing damage, but a Flunderies player, he booked his own normal summon to like dodge one of my effects. and I ended up OTKing him with Maximus, Leonis, and like Equal-Max because he booked his own thing and he didn't think that I could kill him. But that was like the only time Leonis has come up in a long time. He's just a name. We need to like normal summon something, and he's also a level 3, which will come up to hard make your Baron if you need it. Reclusia is the best top deck for your Dasher that you can possibly ever have because you're just going to special summon it to like a zone a link monster points to during the draw phase, and then you'll activate it to like pop a back row, and then you'll activate Arborea, which should be in the graveyard, to protect your Reclusia, so you'll still have link fodder, if that makes sense. And it's a level 3. It's probably my second favorite one.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like playing this card in Salamangreat.
Yeah, dude, like it's just low-key broken, bro. Like it's just a free extender / pop. Like it just happens. And we're playing 1 4-mud skipper. We're not playing 2 because I want to play 40 cards, and also drawing this plus a Parallel Exceed is really bricky. You don't want to open both. But what 4-mud skipper does, you're going to normal summon it, and you're going to activate its effect, revealing Equal-Max, and then you're going to link 1 into Magius.
Oh, I always forget about that he can just... Yeah, I forget he can like make his name become another name in the extra deck.
Yep, so you're going to make a Magius, search a Parallel Exceed, and then special summon a Crusadia to that zone, and then you're going to get a Magius search, go into link 2. Now you have a Crusadia, and you just triggered Parallel Exceed. So like now you're going to go off. You can probably make a link 4 and your needle 4 and your needle fiber combo, which is pretty good. And you're playing you should have 3 copies of Fusion Destiny.
Yeah, I got that.
If you hard draw this, that's much better because you don't have to go into Verte, and you can most likely go into Appaloosa if that's what you want, or you can depending on your hand, do certain things. But you actually want to hard draw this. You don't want to make Verte. Some decks want to make Verte. I consider Verte as a liability because that just opens you up to like Super Poly. So if that's on the field, you have to activate Destroy Phoenix Enforcer's effect to pop himself and hand a Verte. Sometimes they'll be going up against an Invoke player just to get the 2 darks off of the field, so it won't open you up to hard losing to Super Poly. Celestial and Dasher in this deck are insane.
Let me put them right here by the fusion.
Oh, okay.
You good?
Celestial is going to draw you into most likely just more extenders. So like you just get like, oh cool, I drew gas. Time to go off even further. I'm like making Equal-Max because you couldn't play, and I'm just going to kill you with like Equal-Max now. Or you're drawing into more artifacts if you're in a grind game, and then you can, since your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is going to be coming back, you can continuously put them under the artifact lock. And we already talked about Dasher, but anything you draw off of Dasher, just special summon it. Don't even hold it in hand, always special summon it in this deck, even if it's a draw, because you just want the monster on the field to like to make a zone. Zones come up a lot in Crusadia's, go figure. You always want all of your plays to have zones open, even if you have to like, how do I say it? You have to think very hard. The deck seems easy to play, but you have to like think about your zones two moves in advance a lot of the times. Speaking of draw, I'm playing 3. Okay, like I want to keep this a 40 card deck, but I want to play 3 of this just because you're playing a Salamangreat Almirage. No joke, I beat a Fire Brigade player today just because I opened bad game 1 and game 3, and I had to normal summon Droll to make an Almirage to have a zone a link monster points to, so I could special summon a Crusadia from my hand. Like, even in your worst hands, okay, like, you draw 1 Crusadia name and a Fusion Destiny. Awesome. Here's what you do. Normal summon that card, make a Magius, special summon a Destroy Phoenix Enforcer to that zone, Magius Search, most likely a Draco, and then like now, like since we've established that you don't have any like other Crusadias, you pretty much kind of brick. You probably drew some artifact cards.
Oh yeah, the artifact cards. We haven't talked about those yet.
Yeah, so like now you're gonna set either your Scythe or your Ignition, which by the way is probably the most under talked about card in the format right now because Destroy Phoenix Enforcer exists. All right, like you can just like anytime your opponent activates a spell card, like you can just flip it up. Even if Ignition isn't going to stop the card, like say they activate a Pot of Prosperity, awesome. Chain Ignition, I'm gonna pop it. It's like, okay, MST doesn't negate. I don't care. I just want to set Sight. So like now you're gonna set the Scythe. You're gonna activate Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, pop itself, and pop the Scythe because it doesn't have to be on your side and your opponent's side. The first effect just needs to pop one of your cards and any card on the field. So you're gonna pop himself and Scythe, and then you're gonna pop and then you're gonna special summon Scythe to the zone that Magnus points to, so you get another search.
So you're basically open a Crusadia plus Enforcer, and you can get 2 searches off Magius, like one on your turn, one on your opponent's.
And lock your opponent out of the extra deck.
I love that. That's crazy follow-up for like an OTK right there.
Yeah, that's like all you need to do for the Crusadia OTK is have any 2 names. You also need any 2 names to do any of the combos and access pretty much any card in your extra deck. That's really all you need, and you have an 85% chance to open 2. Let's see, I'm playing 3 Lancia because it doubles as another hand trap. You're just gonna if you hard open this, depending on your like hand, and you go second, just shotgun it. It cuts them off of Prosperity. It also cuts them off Called by the Grave. It cuts them off of Crossout Designator, and it cuts them off of Revolt. It cuts them off of everything. This is one of the best lingering effects I've ever seen in my life. By the way, I think other than Dweller, I think I'm playing every single lingering effect that you can in Yu-Gi-Oh right now.
If you guys didn't know this about JD, he stands on the hand traps that have lingering effects should not exist, and those are the only hand traps he plays. The ones that end turns by themselves.
Yeah, Maxi should never come back. That's just a hot take. It's just turn skips are far better in every single way, shape, and form than any negate. I would rather have my opponent under Scythe, Lancia, and Droll than have 7 interruptions.
You guys hear that? Repeat that for them, bro. I think that needs to register for them.
I would rather put my opponent under Scythe, Lancia, and Droll than have 7 interruptions because there's no way that they're comboing. Dragon Link is not comboing. Tri Brigade is not comboing. Floanderies is not comboing. That stuff's not happening. Period.
That's a pretty crazy logic. I've never thought about that personally, bro. Turn skips are better than negates.
Yeah, they can't access code you. They can't do none of that. Under Lancia, say they summon and access code. Cool. All right. So on resolution, chain Lancia. All right. So now he's just there.
He said now he's just there.
Yeah. Now he's just there. Let's see. You're playing, how do I say, you can definitely make an argument that since you're playing the format skipper, that you can play an Abyss Dweller because that's just an auto win against a lot of decks.
Yes. I love Dweller.
It's just a play match. Yep. If you can set up an Abyss Dweller with a way to protect it, that's just pretty much game. That's what a really good Salamangreat player is doing right now. I'm going to set Roar, and I'm going to make Abyss Dweller, and I'm going to win. That's basically
and I stand on that, Dweller. I always feel if you're playing a deck that can make Dweller, you have to play it. It's just one of the... It is actually, in my opinion, the best rank 4 in the game.
Straight up. I believe that, too. If it's definitely going to be in my future lists, it's come up a couple of times. Like, wow, if I just would have kept Dweller, like I would just have game. Because there's some decks like say against Phantom Knights. If you don't stop a Phantom Knight, like you can't let Phantom Knights do anything ever.
Yes.
Don't let them like even touch the graveyard because they have that follow up. Don't even let them even look at the graveyard because once they get going, it's freaking over, bro. Like dude, Phantom Knights, in my opinion, have to be the best deck in the format. Like one of them. Like it's
They're
definitely in the top
one of them, without a doubt.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of going second cards, I'm playing 3 of the droplets and 3 Dark Rulers just because you need some kind of going second cards. You need to I think I'm playing 12 in total, and you have to have spell trap removal. And I covered
the 6
that.
blowout hand traps and the 6 blowout going second cards.
Yes. If you can, those cards basically say, okay, well, I couldn't go first to make you skip your turn, so now I'm just going to make your turn absolutely worthless, unless you're playing a really good player that knows how to chain block with something like maybe Dragon Maid, the trap card.
I'm so glad you brought up Dragon Maid. They're so OP.
Oh yeah, like they pretty much are. Like I'm going to search in an interruption that gets your way of stopping my interruptions. Like that's just like Dragon Maids have that. Crusadias also have that actually.
Yes. Do you want to talk about the trap or do you want to do the?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I know what you're talking about. We were just talking about this before we started the video.
Yep. This is an optional card. This trap, Crusadia Vanguard. What this does, like whenever they activate the Dark Ruler No More, all of the effects that you're gonna have on your inboard are chainable, and like they're all quick effects. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate the Vanguard, and you're going to tribute the card that you special summoned off of Needle Fiber, because a lot of the times you'll just have that just kind of chilling there, which is going to be Arborea. You're going to tribute that, special summon a Reclusia from your deck, and then I'm sorry, you're going to tribute it for cost, and then you're going to use all of your effects at the same time. So you're going to do your Needle Fiber.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because like you're not responding with the monster, you're responding with the trap.
Yes.
So you can do like the Enforcer, Dagda, and all that.
And then all of those are going to happen on resolution of Dark Ruler No More. So you put them under the turn skips after they wasted their Dark Ruler No More. And this card is searchable off of Regulex. So if you want to put Regulex in your deck and have a way of like dodging Dark Ruler No More, you can easily do that. What I'm showing here is the specific list that I've had the most success with.
Right. Do you want to talk to them about the crown, or you want to keep it on hush?
World Crown is I'll say it. World Crown is an honorary Crusadia card that everybody should automatically know about. Like it's an interruption, but it's also a way to turn off an Appaloosa. So if you're going up against a Floodgate player, you're just going to special summon a World Crown to the zone that Appaloosa points to, and that pretty much turns off their Appaloosa. So like now they're going to be more trigger happy with the Revolt.
They're always trigger happy with Revolt.
Yeah, always. Like they're just like, wow. Like straight up, like now Revolt or like a hand trap is the only thing that we got, and now we've already established that hand traps do absolutely nothing to this deck.
Yes.
That's basically the main deck. Once we get to the extra deck, I'll tell you more about the combo.
What you want to do more, side or extra first?
Let's do side, because it's I think it's really, really important to do this. Godarla, okay, I recently put that card in because you are very prepared for Flundery's deck matchup, but I wanted to put this in because I am not going to let Lyrilusk do that to me. They're not going to summon a barrier statue.
You said I'm not going to let Lyrilusk do that to me.
No, I am not going to let some people with a chicken fetish ruin my day.
The chicken fetish?
Here, have a bug. That and like also Flunderies are gonna set up the barrier statue, but you definitely need an out to it because your deck just doesn't like once they set up the barrier statue, the only card you have against it are like Dark Ruler and Droplet, and let's be real, you're not seeing those cards every single game. If you are seeing those cards every single game, go buy like a scratch off, okay? Because you need multiple ways.
You said go buy a scratch off.
Yeah. All right, but this card is like mandatory right now, and also you're playing Crusadia Equalmax. Go figure. So you can just special summon Hidarla in front of the extra monster zone, and you can do a traditional Crusadia OTK play.
Yes, so, the OG plays what the deck started off with.
Yeah. Next we have token collector. You need a way to stop them from getting into Arch Nemesis Protos. So what this does, like you don't care about their negates because Crusadia's just going to go through anyway. The only card you care about from the Sword Soul is the Blackout. That's the only card that you care about, and you need to cut off their line to it. But Protos is the card that's their version of what we're trying to do. That's their turn skip. So
yeah, that is a very good turn skip too.
Yeah, so you need to cut off their access to the turn skip, and I think that this warrants some kind of play, like in the mainer side.
And your hand traps are really strong too, because if you Lancia them, they can't Protos, and if you droll them early, they can't search the card that searches Protos. So you've got a pretty good Sword Soul matchup.
Yeah, I really do. The only deck that puts up any kind of negates that you care about is Phantom Knights, because 9 times out of 10, unless you opened absolutely perfect, you can't play through the Phantom Knight. You could probably break the board, but you can't deal with the follow-up. Their follow-up is way stronger than yours.
Yes.
So,
I'm really glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, like follow-up in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is the most important thing. That's what makes Striketron the best deck right now. That's just, like, once they have all of their names in rotation, on top of already having 7 interruptions, like, there's just no coming back from that. And Phantom Knights can do it going first or second. Phantom Knights can, like, I did not mean to hype up Phantom Knights so much. Okay. Anyway, like, that's another story. Like, I have respect for Phantom Knights. That's all y'all have to know. That's why that's why I'm playing evenly, all right? Evenly match. Like, it's very rare that a Phantom Knight matchup sets up an Omni Negate other than their Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So if you can banish their Fog Blades so they can't use them to recycle all of their pieces and outgas you, that's what you need to be doing. Also, Tri Brigade doesn't have an Omni Negate. There's and also Philirlu's deck just has a whole bunch of monster negates. So
yeah, if they're on barrier statue, I agree with you, bro. I want to talk to you about this for a second, because I don't like when I talk to people about side deck. Evenly is a card that like I talk a lot about because I feel like a lot of people don't play it, and the reason's always like it's just always gonna be auto negated. But like the way I feel is like Evenly is the only card right now in the format that any deck they can play that affects the opponent, being that it can out any board. Even if there's negates there, the fact that Evenly can make your opponent get rid of them, so it doesn't matter if it's Masterpiece, I almost called a Masterpiece, a Towers-esque monster. Like, it's a one-card equalizer. And also the fact that a lot of decks that are not Drytron, like the Bird deck and even sometimes Phantom Knights, like, they don't set up any spell trap negates. Like, dude, this card's just crazy. I don't know why people don't play it.
Yeah. Also, it came up that a Sword Soul player left a token on the field.
No. Yes, that's so good.
They have to get rid of everything except for the token because you cannot banish tokens face down. So
you love when that happens.
Token, yes, that's what you got to do. And it happened on their turn too. Like I had a set Forbidden Droplets, and I activated a Evenly Matched, and then I chained my Forbidden Droplet to tribute my evenly matched, and then target what was it? They had a anyway. It was they were about to synchro. Anyway, they had to banish everything except for that token, and then they rage quit in game 2, and I won the match. Like, if you want to ruin a Sword Soul player's day, just evenly while they have a token on the field.
It's so good.
Lightning Storm is here too because you need spell of trap removal, because I'm not going to let somebody set 5 cards from their opening in your hand and claim self-esteem. Like,
and claim self-esteem, dang.
Yeah.
Shots
like,
are being
you're
fired.
Not about to, you're not about to set 5 paths against me and then like win the die roll and set 5 paths. Like, no, I will not lose to that. I refuse to lose to it. Like, no offense if you're one of those people. It just
Amen, brother.
I'm just not going to deal with it today. Ain't nobody got time for that. And, there was a time in this deck that I was playing Pot of Prosperity, and that's why Anti-Spell and Imperial Order were in here. Like, if your deck's playing Pot of Prosperity, these cards should be in your list some way, shape, or form. Because these are the most unfair cards in the game right now. I feel like this will just automatically win the duel by itself.
Yep.
Imperial Order, okay, cool. No Dark Ruler no more. No droplets, no Called by the Grave. You're not outing my board. Sky Strikers can't play.
Yeah.
You're not.
It's like you said, and it's
card.
a turn skip too. Like, Anti-Spell might not be order, but it's still a turn skip. And like you just clearly stated, turn skips are a lot better than a board full of negates.
Now, and also, Anti-Spell in this deck works a lot better than in a lot of...
Hold on. You went out, bro. Something happened to the mic. Yo, JD. Hold on, you guys. I'm having slight technical difficulties. I'm about to call my boy right back. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, you guys. I mean, he's such a good player, and his explanations are super on point, and I really want to, I want you guys to hear what he has to say. So I'm going to call him right back, and hopefully that fixes it. Can you hear me, bro? I think you muted yourself.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
man.
I was like, dude, you were talking, but I just couldn't. I couldn't hear what you were saying, so I had to like hang up and call you back.
All right. I was talking about Anti-Spell, right?
Yeah, you were talking about Anti-Spell. You said how it's a lot better in this deck than it is in other decks.
All right. Yeah. So like, since they have to set the spell, you're just going to pop it anyway with the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, so they never get access to it.
Yes.
And you're going to have that every single turn. Getting into the extra deck, the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is basically what you're going to be turboing out to. This, I'm sure everybody knows what it does, but this is what's going to help you pop your artifact cards.
Yeah.
All of the Crusadia cards,
I really love what you're doing with Ignition, with the Enforcer.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of my favorite things to do, because even whenever you brick, you're still skipping your turn.
Yes.
That's like it, and then it's just going to let you come back anyway. The Baron, something really crazy about Baron is that it lets you special summon the artifact cards from your graveyard during your opponent's standby. So broken. It lets you put them under the lock again. So you're just like, you have the best top decking war.
You said the best top decking war.
Yeah, like every single turn, like I think I put somebody under Scythe for 4 turns in a row until I could kill him. TG Wonder Magician, I don't know if you guys know about that combo. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm aware. So what's happening is like you're triggering the Scythe by using Needle Fiber to summon Wander and pop the Scythe, and then you just synchro with her in the Scythe to make the Baroness when you're done.
Yeah. So it gives you an Omni Negate, because Omni Negates are really powerful. As a matter of fact, I think Baron is the only Omni Negate being I would say being widely played. That's the best way to say it.
Yeah, because a lot of people stopped playing Dragoon and went to Enforcer. So this is like the generic Omni Negate a lot of people are going for now.
Yeah, and it has the 3,000 attack comes up a lot because you need ways to OTK to like end the game. Skipping their turn only counts like whenever you can end the game the next turn. But when you're playing against a good player, like one turn skip just isn't going to do it. So you have to do it multiple turns. So this counts as a combo setter, and it helps you recycle sight.
Tell them about what you told me about, bro, with Dagda. Like when you were talking about Enforcer Dagda.
Oh, yeah, Dagda. Okay, so whenever you already have a scythe in the graveyard and stuff like that, you can go into a Dagda, and your like second Dagda, it's why you play two, and you can pop the Lancia that you set off of your like Dagda. So you're going Chain Link 1 Enforcer, Chain Link 2 Dagda. Dagda's going to set a Lancia, and then you're going to pop the Lancia and pop the Dagda, and you're going to go Chain Link 1 Dagda, Chain Link 2 Lancia. And so, like, Lancia's going to summon first, and then the Scythe is going to summon. Chain Link 1 is going to be the Scythe on summon, and then Chain Link 2 is Lancia, so you're going to chain block with it. So you're always, in this deck, chain blocking against Bell. Even if you have to use your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer to like chain block for like Scythe, because you can special summon your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer back with the Baron. So
you can bring it back with the Baron. Oh, I get you point that out because you don't really. I remember you told me you don't really pop his self with this deck. You use him to like pop two of your own cards that aren't him.
The only times you're going to be popping him is like if you're playing against a heavy back row deck, or you're trying to make a zone for Magius. If you absolutely brick, which is going to be rare because this deck is so consistent. Like, even your Droll is a play starter. That's crazy. Yeah. And see, we have Boral Sword because, like, Boral Sword plus your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is going to be your main way to OTK if in, like, Hecalmax it isn't feasible. It came up that I used his effect to chain block, so where they couldn't respond. So his effect to switch to like opponent's monster or like any monster on the field to like defense can end a chain completely. If your opponent is sitting there thinking about something, whenever you want to activate an effect and like they say okay, activate your Boral Sword to like switch a monster and now the chain's over.
That's so smart. I never even thought about that, bro.
Yeah.
He's literally just a chain ender. Bro, that's so good. You actually just put me on something.
Like, he's also a very underused card. Like, I don't know why.
Bro,
like,
people used to say this card needs to be banned.
Yeah, like, people have lost respect for this card because access code is, like, in the game.
Boral Sword's still better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but, like, the thing about access code in this deck, access code plus your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer still gives your opponent 200 life points. That's why I'd say that you need to put them under a turn skip another time. So, like, a lot of the times I'll actually link with my access code to make another Dagda to do the play that I was talking about. So a lot of the times I'll go for a Boral Sword. But if my opponent's playing a deck that's got a whole bunch of, like, if I can't kill them, then I'm just going to clear their field and go into Dagda, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's
and that Enforcer Dagda play you talked about was insane.
Yeah. So that's why we're playing the two Dagda and, like, nothing else. This is the most important card in the deck because that's what's going to help you get your cards back. A lot of people don't know that this card can special summon your artifact cards from the graveyard whenever he's popped. So during the battle phase, whenever they pop this, you can special summon your Scythe again, and or your Lancia to have it next turn, so you can continuously have them under Lancia or just the threat of it. There was one time where I triggered Scythe like three times in one turn, just off of Dagda, like summoning it, and then them destroying Scythe, and then Dagda bringing it back. Like, this card helps you float.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What's next?
We got Hulk right here. I mean, Hulk Verde and Appaloosa are right next to each other.
Okay. Hulk, you're gonna be like, say you open a Leonis and a just like any, like, say you open Draco. right? So you're going to normal summon Leonis, and you're going to make a Magius, special summon the Draco. Now you have a tuner. You know, the most ideal play is to normal summon Arborea, make a Magius, special summon the Draco to like Magius' zone, and then you're going to add back the Arborea and then Magius search. And so like now you have your two. And the link too that you're always going to be making it is going to be Dagda. So you're going to special summon your Arborea, and you're going to special summon your other Crusadia name, and you're going to make a Needle Fiber activate effect, and then trigger your Dagda to set the site. And so there's that. You can also since your Needle Fiber is going to be special summon another Arborea, you can special summon another Crusadia from your hand, and then you can either make Opelusa, or you can make your like Verte Anaconda to get your Destroy Phoenix Enforcer going.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. And we already talked about the Baron play.
Yeah.
Opelusa is there for, honestly, she's there for zones.
He said I don't even care about her effect.
You're like, I really don't care about her effect, bro, because it hardly comes up, because the game rarely comes to like a point. Like, if my opponent has revealed mid game 1, then I'll go for an Opelusa and just leave the Needle Fiber with the Scythe set a lot of the times, and I'll go into Destroy Phoenix Enforcer depending on it, like especially if it's a Tri-Brigade player. Like, that's how I'll do it. Just so I can have a Baron and Opelusa. So you have 3 Opelusa negates, you have the Baron Omni negate, and you have a turn skip. And the turn skip, in my opinion, is the only effect that I care about, because I just locked you out of playing the game.
So good.
Pretty much.
The cards that we haven't covered are the Crusadia links. I mean, Almirage and Link Spider are pretty self-explanatory, but if you had any extra input on those.
All Mirage is what you're going to be making if you've run out of Magius, or you just normal summon, or if you have a draw plus the Crusadia name. But Link Spider is like, oh, I'm going to activate Nibiru, the Primal Being. Awesome. Thanks for the Link Spider. I'm going to special summon a Crusadia, and I'm going to make a Link 2 anyway. I don't know if I've said that, but I've actually thanked somebody's like, thank you for clearing my zones for me. I can go off now.
You thank somebody like, for niving you?
Yeah, thank you for the Link Spider. I needed this because I needed an Earth in the Grave for like access code talker.
Dang, my goodness, that's so savage.
Yeah, like that's my favorite thing. Crusadia Equalmax. This is a card that I've been playing in pretty much all of my decks. If you have a quick,
you even played this in your ABCs.
I've been playing this in my ABC since I've read Equalmax. Like, all right, Equalmax in a Crusadia deck is self-explanatory, but what a lot of people don't know is that he's a negate. Like, late game, Equalmax with 2 zone, like, with a Crusadia in his zone is scary, because you get to point to a card and negate it. So if you can activate a Artifact Ignition, you can chain Equalmax to tribute your Crusadia card and negate their Dark Ruler no more. Just like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss does.
Oh, snap. That's sauce. That's sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not even responding with the monster. That's so good.
Yeah. And he's your Link 3 to go into your access code. So he's a game ender, he's a negate, and he's your way to access code. Like, this card is my favorite card. And
so good.
Yeah. And he only costs 75 cents.
And he only costs 75 cents. I love it.
The entire Crusadia core costs $5, and I am destroying Tri-Brigade players. I am annihilating the Florindries like with Crusadia cards. My opponent has to stop and read my cards. I already know it's over. Like, you have no idea what these cards do. Oh, you're done. You're so far behind, because they're like, all right, I'm going to special summon Maximus, activate effect, target Equalmax, and like, okay. Extend the handshake.
Yeah, because they always say okay, and then they read the card after, and they're like, wait, I have a... No, you already said okay.
Yeah, this is 14,000 damage. Can you handle 14,000 damage? It's like, yeah, I just gamed you twice. Like, straight up. But that's Crusadia's, dude. If there's a Link 2 combo in the game, that's pretty much generic. Crusadians can do it every single turn.
You make me want to play this deck. I want to test this deck out. I really want to test your combo too. Like, I want to try Dagda and the artifact stuff. You pretty much have me sold on this.
It's you can do it in under 5 summons a lot of the times, especially if you have a Fusion Destiny. Just make Dagda, activate Fusion Destiny, summon Enforcer, pass.
Yeah.
And then that's a turn skip. But yeah, that's one of my favorite decks. It's what I'm main decking right now. I'm currently building it in real life, but I'm completely sold on it. Whenever the YCS happens, this is what I'm bringing to the YCS. And if I was going to reveal it in public, it was going to be on this channel. I encourage y'all, go down all the avenues, read all the Crusadia cards. There are no bad cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are just bad players. Every single card is viable. There's always an out to every
music
single
to
board.
my ears. Meant there's no bad cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's just bad players.
Yes.
Oh, that's a t-shirt.
Bro, if I made a Silver Fang Raigeki deck, right, that can break any board, my Silver Fang deck can break any board, and I will money match anybody that says different. Silver Fang Raigeki deck, one of my favorite decks.
Bro, you're insane. I love you.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I've got the screenshot to prove it. I've got the screenshots to prove it. Wait.
Oh man.
Wait. If anybody has any questions, I'm sure if I can answer your questions at any time, I'll be hopping down in the comments of this video. I appreciate you having me, buddy.
Oh, it's no sweat, bros. And on another day when I get some more free time for both of us, I want to go over your ABC list.
I have 11 ABC decks, and I've got so many different theories. That deck is my baby. It's never going anywhere. I love that deck so much.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Thank you so much, bro. I actually learned a lot from you. Like, a lot. You're a beast. You should do this for a living.
I'm constantly learning from you every single day. I love your Dragon Maid deck profiles, and your Shaddoll Invoked stuff, dude, is so woke, bro. You're not going to see that anywhere else, and I'm not even trying to hype you up. You have to be one of the most innovative people to ever play this game. Like, straight up. You've blown my mind for years now.
Dude, you're blowing my mind, too. We've blown each other's minds. Let's just settle for that.
Yeah, I know. I know. If you guys learned anything, this guy is a mad genius. And number 2, don't mess with Phantom Knights.
Oh, man. I love you, bros.
All right, guys.
We're going to end the video, you guys.
Love you too, man.